Hey guys, welcome back to Shoney Small Engines. I got a Ryobi pressure washer in here on the bench today. Got the GCV200 engine on it, and the complaint is that it just won't start. So everything, it's pretty new shape. Seems to be seems like it was running pretty well up until the day it just stopped running. So we're gonna do a quick diagnosis, see if we can find out what's going on here and if it's fixable, and I'll show you the steps I take to diagnose this and figure out what's going on. So first thing I want to do, just want to make sure it has compression and spark. So we're going to put a little bit of fuel into the air box here. Let's remove that, put some fuel in, and see if we can get this thing to fire up. So let's do that first. Take this air box cover off, check the air filter. Looks pretty good. Make sure that the switch is on the on position. It does have fuel, but again, I'm going to bypass all that and get some fuel in there in case it's like a carburetor issue. So we're going to put some fuel in, and I'm going to give it a bunch of pulls, and it should fire up for at least for a second or two. All right. Usually I'm going to see a little bit of at least a putt in there. I don't see anything, not even like a puff of smoke coming off the exhaust. So it does feel like it has compression unless the pump is making the resistance. So let's go ahead and we'll pull the spark plug cap off, hook up the spark tester, and see if we have spark for this. So I got my little inline spark tester, very handy. Pull that cap off, and stick that on, and this should glow red. If we're getting spark, then we'll know if if the ignition's getting over, or maybe spark plug. So we'll check that first before we would even check compression. So I'm gonna give a bunch of pulls here. Pull it a bunch of times. Keep an eye here. That should turn red, like a glowing orange light bulb. And I can tell you, right there's no spark. So, generally speaking, that's going to be probably a coil or maybe the wire going to the coil. I've replaced a couple coils on these newer GCV200s. Before I go and oil a coil on this, I'm going to make sure that the switch isn't the problem. So I'm going to disconnect the wire going to the coil. I should still get spark. So first thing I got to do is pull this cover off and get down to that coil. So over here is a little screw. We got to get that out. And this little plate should pop off. Okay, that's just a retaining clip. And now we're just going to pop up on this side and this side. We got to remove the gas cap and then pop up on this. That should just pull out. All right, just like that. So there's a couple clips. One of these is a retaining clip, and I'm going to go ahead and put this gas cap back on so we don't spill anything. So we just got to slide that guy out and put the gas cap back on. Or that's your pull cord. You don't need to take the pull cord off, but we do need to get the other 10mm bolts off down here. All right, so 5 bolts. I'm pretty sure they're all the same size, so I don't think it matters where they go when you put them back in. Then we got to pop this rubber piece off, and that should pull straight up. All right. Now, right in front here, the wire to the coil for the kill switch, I can pop that guy off, okay? Now, I'm just going to set the pull start assembly back on. And now we're going to check to see if we have spark again. So we're just going to hold that down and give it a couple pulls. All right, I don't have that spark. So this is going to need a coil most likely. You can just double check to see if the gap maybe gotten off, if there was loose, but this gap, I see a tiny little bit of light through there, so that should be fine. There should be no problem with that. It's not grinding or rubbing or anything. So I usually carry one of these coils in stock because I've replaced a couple already, so I try to keep 2 in stock. I usually just go with aftermarket, fairly cheap, $10, $15 instead of getting an OEM one that's going to cost a lot, and so far they haven't really worked out great anyway from Honda. So I'm going to pull this coil up. We'll put the aftermarket one on, and then we'll check again for spark. 2 10mm bolts again. And we'll pull that guy up and out of the way. Let's set this guy to the side. Okay, so here's the old coil. Let's compare it with the the new aftermarket one, just to make sure it looks relatively the same. Looks pretty close. These little flanges on here are different, but otherwise it looks basically the same. This is a, I don't know, IG Clinic. I just grab whatever seems to have the best reviews. It actually comes with a little business card that you can help do the gapping for the flywheel. So let's go ahead and put this back on the machine and see if we have spark, see if it runs, and if it does, good to go. All right, set that in place. The magnet's going to hold it against the flywheel, so I'm going to put the business card in between. Set that in place. So now we know our gap is good. Make sure that the bolt holes line up, and they do, so that's a good sign. Just going to snug these, then I'm going to tighten it by hand. We'll get the business card out. We'll come in here. We don't want to over tighten these because you got a bolt going into aluminum. So use common sense, but it does need to be pretty snug. Now we'll hook our kill wire back up, ground wire. Let's go back in here with the spark tester, and we'll give it a good test quick. See if we have spark. I don't want to pull too hard in case this starts. I don't want everything's kind of just dangling here. I don't want this to really start. I just want to see if we have spark. So this should glow now when we give this a tug. Switches on. All right, I pulled that really light and it still started, but that's okay. So you saw that right off the bat. Bam, started right up. I know that coil is in good shape now. I don't even need the spark tester anymore. We can hook the spark plug up, and we're going to go through and put everything in reverse, and we'll put some water to it and see if it builds pressure. We have the 5 bolts. We'll put those back in place. Just try not to strip these, going real easy. We got the one on the side here. And then I'll just tighten these quick by hand. So now we'll remove the gas cap. Come in with the cover. Gotta put the pull cord through. All right, so we put the pull cord through. We gotta attach the gas cap. This slides on in a certain direction. And then once it's in, here we go. Now we'll make sure everything lines up here on these tabs on the sides. Okay, gas cap. And then we have like this little retaining clip that comes in like that. Kind of holds it in place so it doesn't, the cover doesn't pop off. And a little screw. Tighten that down. Come back in with the air filter, make sure that's nice and clean. Your air box. All right, I'm gonna take it outside, hook up the hose, and let's see if we got some pressure on it. If you got any questions, hit me up in the comments. If this helps you out at all, even just give me a thumbs up, appreciate that. You can check out some other videos there. You can check out my channel there, and I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching. All right, that seemed to do the trick. I'm going to play around with the pump a little bit. It's I think it's turned up a little bit high, but might even need to go in and like just double check the fuel and the carburetor a little bit. But otherwise, works pretty good. Hope this helps somebody. Again, this isn't just for the pressure washers for Ryobi. This is for any machine that has the GCV200 on it. If you have a non-start issue, that would be one of the things I would check, because I've seen this a couple times now, and aftermarket coils have seemed to work pretty good for me. If you have any questions, hit me up in the comments. If this helps you out at all, give me the thumbs up. Appreciate that. You can check out some of my other content there, and you can check out my channel there, and I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching.